Welcome into Palm Springs, California, as the Palm Springs Power take on the Southern Nevada Coyotes. Welcome into the broadcast. I'm Adam Oppenheim alongside Stephen Buxton. Third game of the Power season, Stephen. So far, 2-0, facing a Coyotes team who's yet to play a game. What are you looking for the Power to do?
Yeah, Adam, so far for the Power, you can't come up with much of a better start. You're 2-0, you're averaging 12 runs a game. You've given up just 7. So for the Power, it's really just keep things moving. You're getting a lot of new guys from a lot of different colleges finishing up their seasons, coming in. Get those guys gelled in and just continue to roll as they have been. They've been playing really clean baseball so far.
And for the Coyotes, what's the key to them snapping this long Power winning streak going back to last year?
It's get a hot start, get early. If they can get on Carson Olson and get some early momentum going their way, again, ASU's or the Power's got the big righty from CBU on the mound, and if they can get to him early, get some momentum their way before, again, the Power really start to get on teams and play downhill a lot. So if they can prevent that, they're going to have a chance to stay in the game, put in some runs. It's a talented team over there. And
like you mentioned, it's Carson Olson on the bump for the Power. The junior, 6'5", 225 out of Cal Baptist, like you mentioned, Stephen. Had a 10.80 ERA and 8 appearances just this past season. That was only in 6 2/3, so looking to start in Somerville. Only has had one total start at Cal Baptist throughout his 3 seasons there. And it will be Kyle Iverson leading off for the Coyotes. A team that sees a lot of Nevada products in terms of colleges and across that state, especially the University of Southern Nevada, which makes a lot of sense. So we're just about getting started here. Palm Springs Stadium. Palm Springs Power looking to improve to 3-0. Southern Nevada Coyotes look to jump off to a 1-0 start to their season. First pitch is a swing and a miss, strike one. Carson Olson, it's an 0-1 pitch to Kyle Iverson. The next pitch is on the inside corner, strike two. Jamal Chabot hits second, followed by Gunnar Myron. Caden Rozdeba will hit in the cleanup spot with Matthew Zaroli hitting fifth. Is the 0-2 pitch from Olson. Will come to the plate. It's a pop-up, shallow in the grass, and it's caught by Dalton Thomas. Little flare out, easy first out. Following Zaroli will be Christian Ramirez, followed by Michael Albanese. Jalen Pollock and Ranson Aquino will round out the lineup. So one quick out here, Stephen, in the top of the first. Pop out to the second baseman, Dalton Thomas, who's been moved all around so far for the Power in Casey Dill's squad. First pitch in, misses low to Jamal Chabot.
And Adam, you mentioned that being from Nevada, they've got a lot of local Nevada products on this team. And if you look, a lot of colleges, Southern Nevada, and it's not just coming from any JUCO. It's one of the better JUCO programs in the country. Notably, Bryce Harper was over there back when he left high school early. But it's a really strong program they've got over there. They get a lot of D1 products.
The 0-2 pitch has popped down to the outfield. It'll be Dalton Thomas calling for it again. That ball looked like it might have had more carry, but another pop out to the second baseman, Dalton Thomas. Well, since we have 2 outs real quickly, let's try to get the defensive alignment for the Power. It will be Eli Brown in left field, Aiden Torek in center, Noah Blythe in right. Around the infield from third to first, Richie Amavisca at the hot corner, Isaiah Manji at short. Dalton Thomas, who's made the first 2 outs of the inning at second base. Mark Kirkland's over there at first. Behind the dish, Tyler Nelson, and on the mound, the big righty, Carson Olson, who misses outside on the first pitch to Gunnar Myron. This Southern Nevada team, pretty interesting. Gunnar Myron will be playing at UNLV next spring, and they have a lot of younger players, so this is a little bit of a step up from high school for a lot of these players. And it's quickly 2-0 on Myron. He's going to be playing shortstop for this Coyotes team, and key is going to be the defense because the Mavericks last Friday and Saturday really struggled on the defensive end, and the Power took advantage.
Yeah, the Power saw a few cracks, and whether it was just the defense or just mental mistakes, they were able to see those cracks and just blow it wide open. I mean, you have a couple innings where it was 5, 6, 7, 8 runs, and the Mavericks really didn't stand a chance after the first, second inning, and over here the Southern Nevada Coyotes. They're just hoping they can prevent the Power from just having that 1-2 explosive innings that really put them apart.
Well, the 3-1 pitch misses low, and that will certainly help. It's a 2-out walk for Gunnar Myron. And it brings up Caden Rozdaba. Be playing first base today. And the first runner is aboard for the Coyotes. In the navy jerseys, red and white sleeves, great pants. Pretty cool looking jerseys. As that's a ground ball to Dalton Thomas, and he's going to flip on to first. All 3 outs, courtesy of Dalton Thomas at second base. Carson Olsen walks 1 but gets out of the inning scoreless. We head to the bottom of the first. Power bats are up. We'll be right back on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Adam Oppenheim alongside Stephen Buxton. Bottom of the first. The Coyotes were held scoreless in the first inning, and that will be the Power bats up, who have had a good time, have scored 13 runs and 11 runs, an average of 12 during their first 2 games, and they're going to face Tyler Ray, the righty out of University of Southern Nevada, out of Las Vegas, Nevada, who was 2-1 with a 5.28 ERA. This past spring, 40 Ks and 44 1/3. And during his 12 appearances, had 9 starts. So another start for Tyler Ray, the sophomore, 6'2", 185. And we'll step in to face Eli Brown, the left-hander playing left field tonight for the Power. First pitch in. It's a strike on the outside corner. That was a real nice fastball to start off Eli Brown. Our home plate umpire, Larry Pfister, and in the field, it's Jerry Romero, our 2 umps for tonight's ball game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It misses away, and we'll get the Power starting lap. Austin Haller hitting second, followed by Noah Blythe and Mark Kirkland, the cleanup spot. Aiden Torek will hit 5th. Isaiah Manji will hit 6th as we await the 1-1 pitch to Eli Brown. It's fouled straight back into the netting. It's 1-2. Bottom of third, the lineup goes as fouls. Dalton Thomas, Richie Amavisca, and Tyler Nelson, the catcher. Very dangerous Palm Springs lineup. And starts off with Eli Brown out of Mercer University at the top. And it's slapped down the third base line. It's a fair ball. It will chase Chabot into the corner. Eli Brown will head and turn for second base. And he's in there standing up with a leadoff double in the bottom of the first.
And there it is, same old for the Power. Eli Brown, him and Noah Blythe so far have been basically the catalysts of this offense for the Power. Brown, he's hitting just above 400 right now. After that hit, it's probably right around 435. He's been great to start the season so far. Him and Noah Blythe have just been driving in runs left and right for this Power offense. Haller's been in there too, and for Casey Deal. He's hoping that they could just get off to an early start and gain the lead and just, again, play downhill like they have so far.
Austin Holler next up, another lefty bat. We'll take a first pitch strike from Tyler Ray. This is obviously a really dangerous power team up and down the lineup. Holler came in the first game and subbed at second base and then started the Saturday game versus SoCal. Out of Western Kentucky, hit .299 this past season. And he'll await the 0-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball. It's a good one. Tyler Ray has quickly had 0-2 after surrendering the leadoff double to Eli Brown, who had a great opposite field swing. Right past Kyle Iverson at the hot corner. That ball was hit pretty hard as well. Had some tail going right to left. And it was easily in for a double. 0-2 pitch to Holler. Here it comes home. Misses outside. It's 1-2. The defense for the Coyotes. Starting left to right in the outfield. Jamal Chabot in left field. Matthew Zaroli in center. Christian Ramirez in right. At the hot corners, Kyle Iverson. Gunnar Mirone at short. Ranson Aquino at second. Caden Rozdaba at first base as that ball gets by Michael Albanese, the catcher. And advancing to third is Eli Brown. And, of course, Tyler Ray's on the mound. So right away, the Power, a leadoff double and a wild pitch. Get them 90 feet away, just 2 batters in from taking an early lead. Now we'll see if the approach changes for Holler. Two and two on the lefty. Ray out of the stretch. And will come home. It's a ground ball up the middle. It'll be charged by Mirren. On the run, makes a throw in time. Good play, Gunnar Mirren. Run comes in to score, being Eli Brown, but that was a soft chopper up the middle. And Holler is retired, but there's a good defensive play that can save your pitcher a base runner for sure. That's not an easy play, Steven.
Yeah, it was a great play. It's a little slow roller. Had a kind of a tricky hop off the mound, and I thought it might have leaked through, but again, he was able to get there in time and make a good off-platform throw, able to get Holler, who's a pretty quick runner down the line in time. It's a just solid play all around.
Noah Blythe will step in, who's been very hot as of late. Also played with the Power last year, is up there for career batting average with the Power, and could definitely find himself in the record books in Palm Springs in really multiple different categories. First pitch misses, it's 1-0. Here's another ground ball to Mirone. Will step back and fire on to first in time. Strong throw, Gunnar Mirone. Makes the first 2 plays. That could be made in the field. Both 6-3, and Blythe is retired. Here's Mark Kirkland, who is returning to the Power. Hit .258 last year, but has already had a pretty good season for Palm Springs. First pitch into him. It's on the outside, black for a strike. Already has 3 doubles on the year. Has been really solid for the Power. As the 0-1 pitch is fouled back, it's 0-2.
Yeah, the impressive part of Kirkland so far, he's got the doubles, but he's got 4 walks. The Power, they don't walk a ton. It's Kirkland and Eli Brown. They've got 4 walks each. The rest of the team has just a couple, but it's not because they haven't been disciplined at the plate. They've been working a lot of deep counts, but the whole team has really just been able to take advantage of it and drive a lot of those deep counts into hits.
The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. It's 1-2. Yeah, you mentioned it. This is a team that's patient at the plate, but when they get ahead in the count and they see a pitch that they like to hit, they've been able to rip the ball all over the field, including a home run on Saturday by Aiden Torek. The Power only hit 6 all last year, but he cleared the 350 and down the left field line as that catches the outside corner. Strike 3 call. Mark Kirkland is rung up by Larry Pfister behind the plate, but the Power take the lead after a leadoff double by Eli Brown and an RBI ground out by Austin Holler. We head to the second, 1-0. The Power lead the Coyotes. You're listening to the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
It's a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Matthew Zeroli will be first up for the Coyotes in the top of the second inning. Down 1-0. But we're able to limit the damage in the first, which is not something the SoCal Mavericks could say about their weekend mini-series. First pitch misses low to Matthew Zeroli, the center fielder from Las Vegas, Nevada. And will be playing at Marshall University. Misses the 1-0 pitch. That was a fastball that went right by his bat. Didn't participate in his freshman campaign, but looking to build for this summer and play during his sophomore season, as that's a lazy fly ball out to right field. Blythe will go towards the line and make the easy catch for the first out of the second.
Now batting for the Coyotes, the right fielder, number 31, Christian Ramirez.
So it brings up Christian Ramirez, who goes to Valley City State University, hitting under 200 for his career average in 3 years, but has 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. And we'll take the first pitch from Olsen, high for ball 1. Olsen threw that fastball at 90. Should be sitting in the low 90s to high 80s, and obviously a lot of these players on pitch counts as well. 1-0 pitch foul back into the netting. It's 1-1. The heat has started to die down a little bit, Steven. Helps a little bit up here in the broadcast booth. Although it says it's 95. Not sure I believe that. It feels like 90.
That's like winter here in Palm Springs.
Yeah, it is indeed. Is the 1-1 pitch. It's an off speed. Misses possibly low and inside a little bit. So it's 2-1. And obviously, Southern Nevada Coyotes, they have a far ways to travel for this game. So we saw some visiting fans for the Mavericks, not a ton for the Coyotes. As the 2-1 pitch is fired in for a strike. Carson Olsen is a pretty big strikeout guy at Cal Baptist. Had 16 strikeouts and 15 1/3 in 2023, and 13 and 18 1/3 in 2022. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses low and the count runs full to Christian Ramirez. Although the Mavericks were able to get base runners on Saturday, I don't think they had a hit until the 4th inning, I want to say, which can be really difficult. It's a good fight-off pitch there by Ramirez. It's a good fastball down and away.
Yeah, it was a couple walks. I think there was a power error in there. They only had a couple base runners, and then they finally squeezed by a hit in the middle innings.
So it's a 3-2 count, 1 out. Top of the second, 1-0 Power. Palm Springs gets off to another quick start. 3-2 pitch, catches the inside corner, strike 3 called. Ramirez goes down looking. It's the first K, and it's a backwards one for Carson Olsen.
So, Adam, how I mentioned to you that the Power really have to focus on getting chemistry and kind of gelling together. This Southern Nevada team doesn't have to do it at all because a lot of their players are from the same handful of schools, College of Southern Nevada, Valley City State. It's a lot of guys who have been playing together for a while or who are going to be playing together for a while and have been in the same program or same recruiting classes. So a lot of them are going to be able to know each other, get together pretty well, and for the most part, it should be a seamless transition into summer ball, or at least as seamless as it could possibly be.
First 2 pitches miss. One on a breaking ball, one on a fastball. It's 2-0. That is a big thing about summer ball. A lot of times you bring together players from around the country. Not so much on this Southern Nevada team. I think there's a lot of Nevada, obviously. Minnesota and Washington mixed in there, but
Littleton, Colorado.
And Colorado as well. But, they're all from around the same area. I'm sure they know each other pretty well. As the 2-1 pitch misses low, and Olsen has fallen behind Albany's 3-1 with 2 outs. Top of the 2nd inning. Just getting started here in Palm Springs. The power team that was dominant last year and has continued their dominance this year. The pitching was terrific last year. It's been great this year. The hitting was fantastic last year, and it's, held up their end of the bargain. Scoring 12 runs a game during the first 2. I think that will do the trick, Steven.
Yeah, that'll do. 12 runs a game, and you're only giving up just over 3 a game. I think you're going to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, and most of those were off walks on Saturday. So here comes the payoff pitch with 2 outs. Olsen will come home. Misses just inside. Great take by Albanese, and he works a 2-out walk. So back-to-back innings. First 2 outs recorded, and the third batter being a walk for the Coyotes. We'll see if they can cash in. Talon Pollock, the designated hitter, will be up next for the Coyotes. Goes to Grand Canyon University, or he will be going during this upcoming spring, and will swing and miss at the first pitch from Olsen. At North Point Christian Academy, had a .564 average in his career, and big-time power threat. 31 extra base hits, 72 runs batted in, and only struck out 7 times compared to 16 base on balls. But that time, he misses on that, and it's 0-2. 2 outs, runner on first being Albanese, the catcher. Bit of a lighter crowd today compared to Friday and Saturday, but obviously the weekday game. Doesn't always draw as many fans in. His time is called by Jalen Pollock. Might have been the first time I've seen someone call time and at-bat so far in this power season. Or maybe I haven't been paying attention too much.
No, I don't think I've seen pitchers call time a few times. I've seen the catcher. I don't think I've seen a hitter call time in the first 2 games.
The 0-2 pitch is fouled off. Obviously, you see that a lot at the MLB level to regroup, but I guess not so much here. Or we'll start seeing it when they realize we can definitely help you out and benefit you in certain ways to reset. And we'll see how that works for Pollock. Olsen out of the stretch. Here it comes home. Outside corner. Got the strike 3 call. Another strikeout for Olsen. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Leaves 1 on base. 1-0 Power as he head into the bottom of the 2nd inning. You're listening to Power Baseball on the Broadcasting Network.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, the cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Some say the Power are not going to stop believing about a perfect season on the way, as the Palm Springs Power one game away from going undefeated the entire summer last year. Adam Oppenheim alongside Stephen Buxton. Great karaoke over there, Steven.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, I don't know why they haven't put you or EJ on the mic yet, but, you know, maybe they want to keep you guys here. Maybe their word American Idol's going to take you.
All right, I appreciate that, Steven. Probably the highest compliment I've ever gotten.
Oh, get ready.
It will be Aiden Torek beginning the bottom of the second, but that's what summer baseball is all about. It's about the entertainment for fans and some great baseball as well to go alongside of it. Aiden Torek, who homered on Saturday to left field, will be first up for the Power. It will be a ground ball down the third base line, right past the dugout. Like Kirkland trying to play with a bare hand. It's 0-1 on Torek.
Yo, Adam, I've seen Aiden Torek. He's played well so far. He's been solid defensively. Cannot confirm whether or not he can outdo the fans here in karaoke.
I'm not sure. That's a question we have to ask him. But he can hit the ball far. He had 2 home runs at St. Mary's and 1 already this summer season as he fouls that pitch off. It's 0-2. And it was crazy because Eli Brown, I think he was 3 for 3 with 2 walks, and you know, he was slated to possibly be the player of the game. And of course, Aiden Torek says not so fast. And it's a moonshot out to left field. Not easy to get out of Palm Springs Stadium. 350 down the line. And to deep center, 400 feet, as that's a check swing, and Torek stays alive. It's 0-2.
Yeah, it's a big part. It's essentially the same size as Coors Field, and I mean, everyone knows how big that place is in order to keep some balls in with that high elevation out there.
Very hard to hit homers out here in Palm Springs. The 0-2 pitch, it's inside. It's 1-2.
Yeah, it plays to that size and then some.
I mean, you see even the outfielders, like, usually they'd be playing a step or two further back towards the wall, but you don't see a lot of balls even hit to the warning track here at Palm Springs Stadium. And if you try to swing with a big swing, it's even harder in this ballpark to muscle something out of here. The 1-2 pitch just misses inside. Really good take from Aiden Torek. Actually, just below the zone.
And I feel like with a field this big, it kind of lends to a more selfless, team-oriented approach. Guys are kind of just looking to spray the ball to all fields. If they run into a home run, they do. But no one on this team is going out there looking to bang one over the wall because they know that for the most part, it's going to ruin their approach completely. If you're trying to hit it over 350, 360, and those walls are about 8-9 feet tall.
2-2 pitch was fouled off. Aquino is really behind second base, so a lot of space to operate. If Torek can go the opposite way instead, it's a swing and a miss. Drop third strike, tagged out by Albanese behind the plate. Torek goes down swinging. And an important first out for Tyler Ray, who's looked really comfortable so far on the mound.
He's looked good. He's been pounding the zone. Obviously, it doesn't hurt when, you know, you've got your second base or your shortstop making two of the 3 plays in the first inning, but he's been pounding the zone. He's been letting his fielders work, and he really, other than that one double, hasn't made really any mistakes.
Next up is Isaiah Manji, who left the first game with a minor elbow injury, coming home as the ball bounced up and hit him on the elbow as he was going to home plate, but ended up coming back in the game Saturday after another unfortunate injury for Palm Springs. First pitch misses low. Check swing, and he went around. Wow. Really delayed appeal by Albanese behind the plate, but Pfister points to Romero, and he holds up the strike. So it's 0-1. Ray on the mound. Simple delivery, and it's a bloop that's going to get down into right field by Manji. Took advantage of the space on the right side of the infield, and it's a 1-out hit for Manji.
Yeah, Manju right there. He saw a couple of breaking balls in that bat. Looked like he got slowed down, got a fastball right at him. He was a little late on it, but again, just got bad on the ball, and he's got that big gap there in between first and second. And really all he needed to do was just muscle it over the fielder, and he did, and now he's on first.
And Isaiah Manji just recently announced he's entering the transfer portal from NC-A&T, so looking for a new place to call home. As Dalton Thomas takes a first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. And that's the interesting thing about summer ball. It's sometimes trying to find you a place to play the next spring and can really change your career trajectory, and hopefully for the better. As the 0-1 pitch misses into Dalton Thomas, who's really played all around for the Power on the infield. Played shortstop on Saturday. Played second base on Friday, where he's back at tonight. Still that giant space on the right side of the infield. Kino playing behind the second base bag. 1-1 pitch to Thomas. It's taken low, off-speed pitch, looked like a curve. And it's 77 it came in, but Thomas was able to hold up. Tyler Ray will take a look at Manji, who doesn't seem ready to go on this pitch. And the fastball, it misses in. 3-1 on Thomas. And one thing you can't do with the Power, you can't give him free passes. That is what comes back to bite you.
No, and again, they haven't walked a ton as a team. Again, it's been mostly two guys, but they get into these deep at-bats and see so many pitches, and they're able to foul them off that once a mistake comes, they haven't missed it.
The 3-1 pitch, for the third time, it misses inside on a fastball, and now a meeting on the mound from Albany's and Ray, possibly? As Thomas walks, it's first and second with one out for the Power. Gives us a chance to tell you about Old Spaghetti Factory. For 55 years, the Old Spaghetti Factory has been family-owned and operated. Visit today and start your own family tradition with affordable meals, excellent service, and a beautiful setting. And it brings up Richie Amavisca. Back at the hot corner. That's been his spot for Palm Springs and head coach Casey Dill. First pitch in Amavisca. It's fouled off into the netting. Really humid day, I will say, in Palm Springs.
Yeah, we'll get those. I mean, it's really just cherish the sub-100 days you can get. Cherish the sub-110s once we get there. Not really any way around it.
The 0-1 pitch comes home. It misses low. That was at 87. That might have been the hardest pitch that Ray has thrown so far. Sitting right around the mid-80s most games. Actually, that was in for a strike, I believe. So it's 0-2 with one out on Amavisca. Ray looking for a big strikeout or ground ball double play. Instead, it's inside and it clips Amavisca. Bases loaded for the Power. A base hit by Manji started. Thomas walked, and now Amavisca gets hit by the pitch. And it brings up Tyler Nelson with the bases full of Power. We've seen this story before. The free passes and the one big hit can just blow the game open early, and then you're fighting from behind against a really good pitching staff.
And what a good time for Tyler Nelson to possibly break through here. He doesn't have a hit yet this season, got a couple Ks, but if he could push one through right here, again, a large gap in that second base hole over there, and if he could push one over there, the Power could score a couple, could possibly be 3-1, maybe 4-0 at the end of that bat.
First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Isaiah Manji stands at third, Dalton Thomas at second, Amavisca at first. Still that giant hole through the right side. Tyler Nelson's 0 for 4 on the season, 3 strikeouts. Trying to change that right now. And we'll look at a pitch off the outside black. It's 1-1, one out, bottom of the second inning. Power lead 1-0 over the Southern Nevada Coyotes. Tyler Ray looking to get out of trouble. Here's the 1-1. Off speed. Just misses.
And for Nelson, it's not even really look for anything specific to driving a hit, driving a couple runs. It's as long as you just avoid that double play, you could get the power to the top of their lineup. And then the top of that lineup, but again, it's Eli Brown, Austin Haller, Noah Blythe. It's a really tough situation for Southern Nevada to be in right now.
2-1. A long pause from Ray, and will fire home and blow it right by the bat of Nelson. That was a fastball elevated 87. Nelson was late. So this is going to be a big at-bat early in this game. And the Power break through for a handful of runs like they've done the previous 2 games and the first 2 games of the season. Or can the Coyotes and Tyler Ray try to shut him down in the second? And even count at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Misses low and away. And the count has run full with 1 out. A huge situation here in the second. The ones that the Power took advantage of so many times before last season. Bases full of Palm Springs players. And a full count to Tyler Nelson with Eli Brown in the top of the order standing on deck. Ray will step off and reset. Tyler Ray will set the chest. Look at second. And come to the plate. It's in the dirt, ball 4, and he walks in a run. So Nelson picks up the RBI as Manji touches home. Thomas slides over to second base, and Amaviska goes to second. And the bases are full, but now for the top of the lineup, Steven and Eli Brown. What a double his last time up and scored in the first.
Yeah, Eli Brown, he's been so good for the Power so far. And I mean, how fitting that he's already here in a bases-loaded situation. He's just been in such big spots for the Power throughout the first 2 games. And, I mean, so far he's capitalized.
1 out. Bases once again full of Power. First pitch misses away to Eli Brown. Thomas at third, Amaviska at second. Nelson at first. 1 in the inning. 2-0 Power in the second. And Albanese will call time to meet with his pitcher, Ray, who has really struggled with location. And it's tough because you don't want to throw something in the middle of the plate because you know the Power are going to hit it, so you really have to locate these pitches on the corner. But sometimes you're trying so much that then you're missing outside of the zone.
And it's really interesting right now with how the Power have been hitting it so far. They've been hitting it to all fields, and Southern Nevada, the Coyotes, they're really playing kind of a harsh shift right now, and they're leaving a big gap to the opposite field to every single batter so far.
See if Eli Brown can take advantage on the left side of the infield. He'll serve it into left field. Chabot will come on, dive, can't make the play. 1 run will come in, and Dalton Thomas. Amaviska around third. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time. 2 RBI single. Eli Brown coming through in a big way. 2 runs bat in already, a double and a run scored, and that was a ball that Chabot came in and dived for it, sort of an awkward angle, but just couldn't hold on. And that's a huge play in this ball game in the second.
Yeah, and what did I say? The Power have hit it to all fields so far, and right on cue. Opposite field hit makes the left fielder work a little bit. It's a really tough catch right there. It's kind of, you're in the middle of wanting to dive or just let it hop up to you, kind of prevent that extra runner for scoring. You can't hate the idea of being aggressive and going after the out, but that's the consequence you have to pay when taking that risk right there.
Yeah, Chabot, it's like you catch it, but he kept it in front of him at least, but a really good read. Obviously, Thomas was going to score, but by Amaviska staying between second and third. So when that ball did drop, he had time to round third and head for home. And just enough time to bring in 2 more for the Power. In a dangerous situation after another meeting on the mound, as the Power have scored 3 in the second. And it's feeling a lot like Saturday's game as it brings Austin Haller to the plate with first and second and 1 out.
And I feel like it's been that way for the Power all year so far with Richie Amavisca's heads-up base running. They've been so good on the bases so far. They've stolen a couple, and really it just feels like every time there's been either a ball in a gap or just something that takes longer than a straight shot to the outfielder, there's been 2 runners scoring or someone's taking that extra base either way.
Haller will take the first pitch. It's a strike. That's a good pitch from Tyler Ray. So Nelson stands at second, Brown at first, and he had a feeling the walk to Thomas, hit by pitch to Amavisca, and the walk to Nelson would come back and bite Ray, and it does right away here in the second. The free passes, which the Power have just feasted off of this year. The 1-1 pitch, that also catches the outside corner, a little bit outside the zone, but Ray gets the favorable call. It's 0-2.
And again, for Tyler Nelson, who's been struggling at the plate so far this season, he gets his walk, he gets on base, good result there. Again, the key was really just turn it over to the top of the lineup, do not get that double play. He did so, and look, the Power just scored 3 more runs.
It's 0-2 on Haller, looking for a big second out. That pitch does miss outside. That was quite a few balls outside the zone compared to the last pitch. But it's a 4-0 Power lead. That's how a lot of games went last year, Steven. Power got off to an early lead. They have a bunch of pitchers with sub-2 ERAs, and it's been lights out. Obviously, this one's still very early on. 1-2 pitch from Ray. It's in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Albanese behind the plate. The runners have to stay put at first and second.
Yeah, when you're putting up double-digit runs on fair regularity and you're not allowing 3 or more runs almost ever, it's kind of an easy key on how to go 30-1.
Very simple, but also hard to do. But the Power did it last year. 2-2 pitch. It misses low, and it gets away just enough from Albanese, and he'll fake down to second as both runners advance. Nelson goes to third, and Brown goes to second. Really good read by Nelson. Good secondary set him up to not run the full 90. And instead make it to third in plenty of time. So now 2 in scoring position, and the count went from 0-2 to 3-2. It's another big payoff pitch coming on the way from Tyler Ray. Don't want to get to this middle of the lineup with the bases loaded. He's already in the midst of it right now at the 2 spot in Austin Haller. The full count pitch. It's fouled off to the left and out of play. So Haller stays alive. Grounded out to short. Myron in his first at-bat. Picked up an RBI, though. Looking for a couple more as he has 2 more in scoring position. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Haller was out ahead on an off-speed pitch. And waves right through it for a big second out. And keeps the runners at second and third. And it brings up Noah Blythe, maybe the most dangerous bat in this Power lineup, who's 4 for 7 on the season coming in. 4 runs scored, a double, a triple, and 4 runs batted in. First pitch to him is taken low in the dirt. It's 1-0. Nelson on third. Brown on second base. 1-0 to Blythe. He will come through again as it's into right field. It's a base hit. Nelson will come in easily to score. Brown follows right behind him. 2 more RBIs for Blythe. And the Power leads 6-0 in the second.
Adam, it just doesn't stop with this Power lineup. 1 through 9, they've all been hitting. And, I mean, again, they're playing kind of that drastic shift while not completely having two fielders on one side of the bag. They're playing that shift so far over to their pool side that every time the Power have been able to hit it opposite field, it's gone through for a hit, and another one there for Noah Blythe.
As the first pitch is outside of Kirkland, Steven, I just don't get it. I mean, you know these players can hit to the opposite field, especially if you get a pitch off the outside corner. You just poke it the other way, and you got plenty of room as long as you don't hit to the first baseman. It's a base hit. and will score 2.
Yeah, I mean, the only excuse would be if you had some scouting report telling you otherwise, but we're in Game 3 of summer ball. I don't know if there's too much of a scouting report out there for any of these guys.
The 1-1 pitch misses outside and high. It's 2-1 on Kirkland. It's a great point, but I'll tell you who's really going to be happy is Hawaii Pacific University getting Noah Blythe after Antelope Valley College shut down entirely, and Blythe will be headed to Hawaii to play for Hawaii Pacific University. And they're going to be extremely happy to get a talented player, especially with the bat.
Yeah, Noah Blythe, he'll play everywhere in the outfield, and he plays a little bit of first base, but it's really that bat that you're getting. And, I mean, it's been a tough road for him coming out of his last year in college.
As Blythe takes off for second and will be in there easily. Wow, it didn't even look like Ray looked over to first base. It's ball 4 anyways, rather. So that makes a lot more sense. So Kirkland walks. Third walk allowed by Ray. He also has a hit by pitch. Steven, you were saying?
Yeah, Noah Blythe is the last year at Antelope Valley. I mean, the school shut down. So he couldn't go back. They got that call a couple games into the season, so he's just been at home training. Now he's back with the Power for another season. And, I mean, it couldn't have gone any better for him so far.
Well, that knocks Tyler Ray out of the game after allowing 6 runs, and obviously responsible for the runners on first and second. Power blown the game open in the second inning. 6-0 Palm Springs over Southern Nevada. We'll be back with the new pitcher right after this on the Palm Springs Power Broadcasting Network.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you?
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Palm Springs Power have jumped all over the Southern Nevada Coyotes. And 1 2/3 again for a starting pitcher that the Power have faced. That's back-to-back games. Starting pitcher only going an inning and 2/3. Brings up Christian Diekman, the right-handed pitcher who faced Aiden Torr, can throw a first pitch strike. Christian Diekman from Las Vegas, Nevada, went to Faith Lutheran High School and goes to Allen Hancock College. The right-hander, 6'1", 195. Appeared in 6 games with 2 starts, went 6 innings, and a pretty high ERA as a double steal is on, and it's a pop-up into left field. Chabot will come on, and it looks like that will be the 3rd out of the inning. Looked like both runners were confused and thought that there was less than 2 outs, and they were like, oh, do we need to go back? And they ended up running into each other almost between 2nd and 3rd. So Diekman gets the last out of the inning. But Palm Springs scores 5, and we head to the 3rd on the Palm Springs Power Broadcasting Network.
locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding
Back here in Palm Springs, California, Adam Oppenheim, Stephen Buxton. As the Power have a 6-0 lead in the third. Out hitting the Coyotes 4-0. And in control once again for their third straight game. And it'll be Ranson Aquino to face Carson Olsen. Takes the first pitch high and tight. It's ball one. Coyotes need to look to get something going. Said it last game for the Mavericks. It's easier said than done, Steven, but they got to work some at-bats. As that will help as the 1-0 pitch misses off the outside corner. It's 2-0.
Yeah, and the Power, they've basically done all they've needed to do the first two games and 2+ innings so far. They've been pounding the zone, and again, when they've made their defense work, it's been good so far. Just one error, and I mean, you can't do much better than that. When they've scored innings, they've got the pitcher off the mound pretty quick. There hasn't been a ton of long innings against this team.
And it's a ground ball to Amavisca at third. We'll scoop up and fire off a couple hops for the first out.
And right there, immediately a quick at-bat, quick out. Carson Olsen getting through the inning about as quick as he could.
Brings up the top of the lineup in Kyle Iverson. But man, have the Power been good on the defensive end. I think just one error on the season. That came in the first inning last game against the Mavericks. But Carson Olsen mowing right through the lineup. This hasn't been exactly super efficient, but has also only allowed 2 base runners, so you'll certainly take that if you're manager Casey Dill. The 1-0 pitch is hit on the ground past Amavisca at third base down the line. Iverson will take the turn at first and will hold there after a strong throw from Eli Brown in left field. It's a 1-out single, but the Power prevent the Coyotes again from getting into scoring position.
Yeah, Adam, I'm honestly surprised he didn't try for the double right there. With how big this field is, it took Eli Brown a little while to get over to that ball, and Iverson had a pretty good pace going. If he tried for that, he probably ends up with 2 sliding. It was going to be close, but I get with how the game's going so far, not taking the risk and not possibly getting another out. But it's just a little surprising he didn't go for 2 on that one.
The first pitch to Jamal Chabot misses inside. Iverson, pretty big lead at first base. Maybe they're looking to take off. He will not there. He'll stay put. And the 1-0 pitch, it's a heater in for a strike for Carson Olsen, who stands pretty big on the mound, and obviously that certainly helps when you have longer arms. It's even less time for the batter to react. They pretty much have no time in the first place, and that helps the pitcher even more as the 1-1 pitch paints the outside edge. And it's 1-2, 1 out. Runner on first base, Kyle Iverson. Got some wheels over there. Olsen will take a look at him, but then go back into his stretch and come home. It's in the dirt, blocked by Nelson. We'll keep it in front of him. We'll fire to second. It's not going to be in time. Good secondary by Iverson, and he swipes second base on the wild pitch. That just got away from Nelson, barely, but Iverson got a great read on it and steals the easy 90 feet. Dalton Thomas won't cover second base. Will slide back to his near the regular position. As the 2-2 pitch misses high to Chabot. The left fielder popped up his first plate appearance. That was to Dalton Thomas. Record all 3 outs in the first inning. 2 on pop-ups, 1 on a ground ball. Olsen will deliver a full count pitch. It's popped up down the first base line. That's going to head into the stands and over and out of play. Seems like for Olsen, these Coyotes pitchers or hitters rather, are very late on the fastball. You got to think if he goes to it back here, maybe elevates it a bit in the zone like that last pitch.
Yeah, Olsen's got good stuff. He's had good strikeout numbers outside of this past year.
Here's the full count pitch. It's hit up the middle. Manji tries to get to it, knocks it down, and keeps it in the infield. Now going back to third. Not in time. As Iverson was able to sneak back to the bag, Manji was able to keep it in the infield. And then, was that Aiden Torque making that throw? Did he come in from center field, or was that Thomas?
I thought I saw Dalton Thomas with that, but that's another case of the Power so far this year. They've been able to stay on top of everything. Whenever there's been a chance to make a play, the Power have been there, tried to make it right there. They made it close and almost caught the Coyotes asleep again.
Yeah, it was really good play by Manji to keep it in, and then Thomas to try to fire over towards third base to get Iverson just hanging off the bag. And that's going to be a ground ball to Manji, who will charge, flip on to second for one, on to first, not going to be in time. Run comes in to score. It's Kyle Iverson. It's a fielder's choice for Gunnar Myron, who picks up the run batted in. As Manji had a charge and flipped to Thomas, and really the Power had no chance to turn two, but the Coyotes are on the board. It's 6-1 Power in the third. It's Caden Rozdaba up with 2 outs, a runner on first. Take the first pitch in the dirt and skips away from Nelson. Heading to second easily is Myron. But a couple of hits and you put the ball in play, and you never know what can happen, especially if you hit the ball hard.
Yeah, it's what the Power have done all year, except it's happening to them in this inning. And so far, Southern Nevada's the only team that's really been able to take advantage of any Power mistakes.
The 1-0 pitch is fouled off. And really, you can't even say mistakes too much. You know, you get a couple of base hits and a fielder's choice. You knock the ball down, keep it on the infield. It's really just some good plate appearances from the Coyotes, which we really haven't seen against the Power. Once again, they're working into these 2-2 full count pitches, and you get to see more pitches as that's fouled off down the first base line. And something good usually comes out of that. Usually the hitter has more of a chance to see what's coming the later they get into an at-bat.
Yeah, it's really just been a testament to how good the Power pitching has been. Again, Carson Olsen from CBU, he only had 8 appearances this year. He didn't really play a full season. The walks were a little high. He only had 4 strikeouts. But, again, he's got good stuff. So if he could keep it in the zone, if he could avoid the walks, he's going to be a really big part of this Power rotation.
The 1-2 pitch, it's a beautiful hook right in there for strike 3. We head to the bottom of the third. Coyotes got on the board. Still 6-1 Power as we head into the bottom of the third. You're listening to the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the third inning here at Palm Springs Stadium. It will be Isaiah Manji to lead off the inning against Christian Diekman. After Tyler Ray was knocked out after an inning and 2/3. First pitch misses outside, although certainly didn't help that. Michael Albanese dropped the ball behind the plate. Already the power of bat around. That was last inning in the second. They scored 5 runs. That included 3 singles, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch. Diekman trying to shut down the power and get his bats back up. The 0-1 pitch is in for a strike. It says 0-2 on the scoreboard. I guess the first pitch was a strike. So it's 0-2 in the bottom of the third to Isaiah Manji. Here's the pitch. It's popped up down the first base line. Razdabal will give it a look, and it will be out of play. Isaiah Manji singled and scored back in the second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That misses well high. It's 1-2. Bottom of the third here, Palm Springs Stadium on a pretty sticky day, I think it's fair to say, Steven.
Yeah, it's not quite humid yet, but it's just warm enough, and we've been here working hard, work up a bit of a sweat. It's not cool in this broadcast booth right now.
1-2, it's inside. It's 2-2. Well, maybe we'll work up even more of a sweat when we actually get out there in the field and catch some BP fly balls.
Ooh, had a good time doing that earlier today.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's fouled off behind home plate.
Adam, you seem like a center field kind of guy.
Hey, put me in, coach.
You ready to play?
Today. It's 2-2 on Manji. Here's Diekman's pitch home. Fouled right back. Boy, that would have been coming for us. Right back into the netting. We almost had one. I think it was the first game of the season, opening day, Friday against the Mavericks. Was on PA, and there was a ball that was just probably like 5 or so feet above my head. Always wanted to make a play. On PA, it would be great. On a broadcast, that would be some memory. I can tell you that right now. Another 2-2 pitch, that's fouled back, and maybe Manji's heading our way.
Have you ever had one come close?
Not particularly close. Of course, it really depends where you're sitting. Now, what's in the broadcasting booth? It has to clear the net up and then sort of drop down, so it can't be hit particularly hard. Otherwise, it's way over our heads. Sometimes I'm too close to the field. Sometimes I'm further away. Sometimes I'm literally in a booth, and it's impossible. The 2-2 pitch misses outside. It's a full count. How about you?
ASU softball, I had a couple doubleheader tournaments this year, and I had one hit the seat next to me, and then 2 innings later, I had one hit my table.
Wow. How about that for some luck? As Isaiah Manji works a long at-bat and a leadoff walk. The leadoff runner is so dangerous for the Power because they're a team that's doesn't exactly steal bases, but they're aggressive on the base pass. They take all those extra bases. The single, they're looking to go first to third. They're looking to go from second to home. It just puts so much pressure on your defense knowing that the Power are going to be trying to run. And they're trying to score early and often. As here's Dalton Thomas, no outs, bottom of the third. We'll ground it down the third base line in fair territory. Iverson on to first in time. Kyle Iverson, really nice play. I wasn't sure if that was going to stay in fair territory. Hugs the line very nicely. Iverson makes a great throw across the diamond as it advances Manji to second, but really a defensive web gem right there for Iverson.
Yeah, with Iverson right there, he kind of just outran what would have been a foul ball, but again, gets the Coyotes an out right there, but for the Power, it's always dangerous when you've got a runner in scoring position against this lineup.
Manji moves in a scoring position for Amavisca. who grounds it to Myron at shortstop. Takes a big hop and a strong throw across the diamond for the second out. He's playing with some confidence, is Gunnar Myron.
Yeah, Myron, he's already made, is it 5th play of the day, and he's played a solid shortstop so far. Obviously, there's been a couple balls right over his head or just hit too hard for him to even get there, but everything within reason. I mean, he's been a vacuum over there, strong arm, and he's gunned down a couple fast runners.
And that's where it got away from SoCal. The Mavericks made 4 errors in the infield. That really led to a lot of power runs. And instead, it's a runner on third with 2 outs after the leadoff walk. So, nice defensive play by Iverson at third. Myron makes a pretty routine play at shortstop. Suddenly, there's 2 outs. The 1-0 to Nelson. It's a pop-up. That one's just below the PA booth. I have a feeling it's more than possible here, though, Steven, with a ball just like that. Not hit super hard, but can somehow get up here. Of course, it could bounce off the bleachers. If you add that in, it's even more possible. The 1-0 pitch, that's a pop-up. Not enough line on it, though.
I'm willing to bet on it.
I feel like I'm just announcing, is this ball going to come towards the broadcasting booth? Oh, it will!
I feel like by the end of the year, between the power, between the PSCL, it's going to happen. We'll get one in the booth. Now, who's the lucky broadcast duo for it?
The 1-2 pitch to Nelson. That's popped up down the third base line. Iverson gives it a chase all the way to the fence. And we'll let it bounce right near the concession stand down the third base line. Well, I don't want to be selfish, but, I hope it's me.
And I hope it's me.
All right, so I feel like everyone wants to be that broadcaster to catch it or get one in the booth.
Yeah, EJ can get his time in the spotlight.
1-2 pitch, cut on and missed. Upstairs heater at A3. Diekman gets out of the inning after surrendering the leadoff walk. We head to the 4th. Power still in command of the game at 6-1. You're listening to Power Baseball on the Power Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information,
Welcome back, top of the 4th here in Palm Springs. Matthew Zaroli, Christian Ramirez, Michael Albanese due up for the Coyotes. Adam Oppenheim, Stephen Buxton joining you here on the Power Broadcasting Network. And Adam, so far for the Power, I mean, it's the same script as the last 2 games.
Pretty much a similar script as Saturday, because Friday they didn't score like a ton early on, but it was 3 in the first on Saturday, 5 in the second, and the game was practically over. The Coyotes right now in these middle innings need to battle back.
Yeah, Matthew Zaroli up. Going to be at Marshall University, and he takes that and drives it into deep right field. Back on it is Noah Blythe. He'll camp right under it, and there's out number 1 for Carson Olsen.
Now, that ball was hit pretty well by Zaroli, but there's pretty much no wind in effect. If that has some wind, that could probably hit the wall and maybe even clear it. That ball was 90 off the bat and 326 we can round up to in terms of distance.
And we'll start to see some point during the season when wind does play into effect. It does go that left to right pattern that pushes towards right field. as the 0-0 pitch is swung on.
Wow.
Nasty breaking ball right there.
18 inches of horizontal break.
Oh, my goodness.
Pitching ninja.
Christian Ramirez steps back a little bit for that one.
I mean, that's what you call like a frisbee.
Whatever it is, I mean, that's one of the ones I'd like to see, the tunneling effect where you get multiple pitches, layer it with his fastball. 1-1 pitch spiked in the dirt.
Yeah, that makes it seem like it's impossible to hit, which it actually is for a lot of people. Obviously, the split-second decision-making, and then you add in the break of all these pitches.
2-1 count, inside, high, 3-1, one out. Here, top of the fourth here in Palm Springs, Power up 6-1. A run in the first, 5 in the second. None last inning, but they're here in the fourth, trying to get the lineup back out there. 3-1 from Olsen, cut on and fouled back. Full count.
Now, surprisingly, the scoreboard says maybe the Power have been working a lot of great counts, but so have the Coyotes. They've gone into a ton of full counts. They just got to capitalize.
It's been kind of consistent all year. The Power pitchers, they've done their job. They've done well. They haven't allowed a ton of runs, but they've worked a lot of deep counts, a lot of full counts. As that one's fouled back, it's 3-2 again.
Olsen's just trying to pound the middle of the zone. Trying to have the Southern Nevada Coyotes try to catch up to the fastball, which they've really had trouble with.
Trying to put away Christian Ramirez right here, and that one won't do it. Down in the dirt, walks Ramirez, and here comes Michael Albanese, the catcher.
That's a great example. You see that first breaking ball. That time you're a little more ready for it. And I'm kind of surprised on the full count pitch, went back to the off speed after the fastball. It was just Ramirez just fighting those pitches off.
Ramirez with the strikeout, now the walk. Albanese walked in the second inning. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Just hit that outside corner, it looks like. Oh, 1 pitch. Just low.
That pitch might have been closer than the last one. But it was honestly a really good frame by Nelson. That last pitch looked like he just dragged it outside, moved it slightly in, and gets the benefit of the doubt on the call.
Yeah, Tyler Nelson, just the walk on the year, but he has been fantastic behind the plate so far for the Power. He's saved him a few runs, honestly, already. 1-1 pitch. Blocks that in the dirt right on cue.
Yeah, obviously, the catcher's main job, it's on the defensive end. You get the hitting, it's a bonus, but Nelson, terrific defensive catcher. And when the bat comes around, boy, the Power are dangerous hitting the ball.
2-1 count against the Utah Tech player who's looks like he's going to be transferring soon. Cuts on that, just fouls it into Nelson's gloves.
Good elevated fastball again. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to that elevated fastball. That's where Olsen has really been working most of the game, and it's been successful.
2-2 pitch. Right in there, strike 3. Great frame by Tyler Nelson. And Carson Olsen, he's got another backwards K.
Well, or you change the eye level high and then throw a knee buckler fastball at 89. That's a tough pitch to hit.
Yeah, I don't think I'm hitting that.
You don't think?
No, not really. Once you get above about 65, it's a little much for me. Talon Pollock up. The DH struck out in the second inning. Another looking. But he takes the 0-1 count. Or the 1-0 count. Pitch from Olsen outside. 2-0, two outs here in the top of the fourth. Again, Power up 6-1. And they'll have the top of the lineup due up for the bottom of the 4th. Runner on first is Christian Ramirez. He walked as the second batter of the inning. And he'll get checked on right there. Ramirez and the Coyotes hoping to extend this inning, hoping to start mounting some sort of comeback against the Power, who haven't really had to sweat all season. 2-0 pitch right down the middle for strike one.
Yeah, really the first game, they were only up 3-0. I mean, ooh. And then they scored 5 in the 7th and put the game out of reach.
There has not been a lot of drama yet this season.
And there wasn't a lot last season. The team's talented, they're managed well, and they throw a lot of strikes on the mound, I think, is probably the most important thing.
Talon Pollock, the talented North Point Christian alum, he's going to be headed to Grand Canyon again, and another solid college program. They just attempted a run at the College World Series, got knocked out by West Virginia, and he's going to take a walk right there.
And you wonder how long Casey Dale wants to ride Carson Olsen. I think it was about 60 or 70 pitches was his pitch count. But the Power usually playing to pitch about 3 pitchers, and of course you get more pitchers in or more of a closer or reliever pitches 1 inning, then you'll adjust to that. But a lot of these pitchers are relief pitchers in college coming out of the pen and want to become starters.
Well, it looks like right here, Carson Olsen's night is most likely going to be done either after this batter or just after the inning. Kyle Mosley's in the bullpen warming up right now, number 2 for the Power. But Carson, in front of him, the real issue is Ranson Aquino, who cuts on and misses the 1-0 pitch.
Late on the fastball again, the upper 80s fastball, and you have a feeling with Carson Olsen nearing the end of his start, he's going to try to throw as hard as he can these last few pitches.
Olsen, 1-1 pitch to Aquino. Swung on, fouled over to the Power dugout. Dylan Van Meter and had to jump out of the way. Almost got hit right there.
Yeah, it's the danger of baseball, and really it's just the Power just all sitting outside the dugout. Same for the Coyotes. Usually, there's like a step that you can hang over the red railing, but why not just stand in front of it and test your reaction skills as well?
Hey, you're in the elements. It's a decent night, Enjoy the breeze. 1-2 pitch from Olsen. Cut on and missed. Carson Olsen gets out of a bit of a jam there and puts up another 0 for the Power. 6-1 Power going into the bottom of the 4th. Top of the lineup due up. We'll be right back.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back to the Power Broadcasting Network here in Palm Springs. Stephen Buxton, Adam Oppenheim here. Palm Springs Power against the Southern Nevada Coyotes. Power up 6-1 right now. Had 1 run in the first, 5 in the second. Hoping to put up more in the third here with the top of the lineup due up. Eli Brown, Austin Holler, Noah Blythe due up for the Power. Against Diekman here for the Coyotes, who fires in a fastball for a strike.
Easier said than done once again, but gotta throw strikes. Gotta throw strikes. Make the Power get 5-6 hits in an inning. You can't give them those free passes.
Brown just gets a piece of the 0-1 pitch. It's 0-2 now. And Adam, we made a note earlier that the Power had been getting shifted on really kind of drastically for the all-fields hitting team that they are. And now look at it. They're playing relatively even. Just a big gap up the middle for Eli Brown if he wants to take advantage of that. 0-2 pitch just inside.
I just think you're giving too much room for good hitters to say, hey, if I see a pitch on the outside corner, let me just roll it over. Like practically on the ground, you could do it and get a base hit.
And Brown will send that one into the parking lot.
Or the top of the bleachers.
You know, either way, Adam, I think we're safe. Our cars are parked well behind the right field fence.
Never say never. Launches one down the right field line. That would be wild.
Brown sends one into the gap in right center field. Chasing after it is Ramirez. He's going to pick it up at the wall. Brown going into second with a stand-up double.
Looks like he's hobbling a bit, too, after that. That was a great swing by Eli Brown. Second extra base hit already, third hit of the game, but it looked like he was turning for first and sort of slowed down. I mean, that has to be some sort of, it's some sort of limp.
At this point, you're just hoping, might have tweaked something, probably needs night off, just get your feet up. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Already seen a couple injuries with the Power so far. Coming in for him will be Joe Jimenez. New guy. He's played at COD already. Just added to the roster today.
That's unfortunate for Brown. See the injury, and he was probably thinking 3 out of the box. If you get anything into the right field and left field gaps, it's probably 3 bases.
And that one's driven into short center field. Really high in there. Coming in is Zaroli. He'll get that one for the first out in the inning. Austin Holler couldn't make anything out of that. Just got under it. Coming up, Noah Blythe, who has just torn the cover off the baseball so far this season. Hitting .571 so far in the year. And that's not including his single that he had in the second inning. Blythe with Jimenez on second. Takes a ball outside, 0-1.
And obviously everyone focuses on the power of great hitters, but every great hitter, it's their approach to the plate. Not trying to do too much with it and waiting for a pitch that comes their way.
Diekman will check back to Jimenez. A little late on that one. Jimenez was already sliding back before he even released the pitch, or released the throw.
It looked like he had a chance to get Jimenez. He steps off the mound, but then waits an extra second. Jimenez was headed towards third. I don't even think he was trying to steal there.
Yeah, there was a bit of a hesitation, almost waiting for the second baseman to come in completely on the plate. Waiting for Aquino.
Yeah, sometimes you have to throw with anticipation. Trust your second baseman's there, because that definitely had a possibility of a pickoff, and that's huge with someone like Noah Blythe at the plate.
Blythe at the plate with a 2-0 count. Jimenez at second base, and he'll take that on the outside corner for a strike. Noah Blythe again, a returner for the Power. One of the all-time leaders in most statistics, or most offensive statistics, average, hits, RBIs. He's up there in all those lists for the Power. And they'll cut on that 2-1 pitch, and another foul ball. 2-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth here in Palm Springs.
Yeah, Blythe last year for the Power led the team in plate appearances, at-bats, hits with 40, doubles with 7, and runs bat in with 25. He was their all-around best player, and it's huge for Casey Dill to get him back on the team.
The Santa Clarita native absolutely loves this staff, and he drives that one into center field. That's going to get down, and there's another hit for Noah Blythe. Jimenez coming around. The throw's going to be cut off. And the Power score again, 7-1.
I mean, how in the world does Noah Blythe hit that ball? It's up and away in the zone, and he pulls it into the left center gap, and it just drops down right in front of Zaroli. That's just a sign of a terrific hitter. A pitch that's not one you'd particularly want, fights it off on a line to center field.
And I mean, people don't understand how much strength it takes to turn around. Again, way high and outside pitch. That pitch was probably a ball. And again, be able to turn around and pull it as Diekman tries to send one over to Blythe again. He'll just step back on first with Mark Kirkland up. He's got a strikeout in the first, a walk in the second. See what he could do here in the fourth. Diekman's first pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1. Kirkland so far this year, he's got 5 walks, leads the team. But he's been able to drive it all to all fields as he sends that one past the bullpen into the stands in left field. Almost hit the batting cages.
He gave that ball a ride. I guess it was headed foul the entire way, but Mark Kirkland has some pop in his bat. There is no doubt about that.
Kirkland, one of the handful of lefties in the lineup. Again, has been terrific so far for the Power. 0-2 pitch, and he can't get that. Great breaking ball from Diekman there. Gives Kirkland his second strikeout of the game. And here comes Aiden Tarek. Again, only home run of the year for the Power so far. He struck out and he flew out to left in the second. An inning where the Power hit around. First pitch to Torek. Just catches the zone, strike one. Torek in there trying to make something out of the single by Noah Blythe. He drove in Eli Brown. As Blythe is running, and he sends that one to deep center field, and that one's right off the wall. Got a weird hop on that into scores Blythe from first. They're trying to throw it down. And Aiden Torek's going to have a stand-up triple right there with some awkward fielding in center field.
That ball was absolutely crushed. A fastball that was right down the middle, and 97 it comes off the bat. And it was hit 387 off the wall. That was a bomb by Aiden Torek. And you can see that home run power that he has. That nearly cleared the center field wall, which is going to be rare to see for the entire season. Any team, including the Power.
Torek not the biggest guy on the team, but he's flashed the most power out of anyone. As he's on third, he gets another RBI. And Isaiah Monge, 0-1 pitch, he'll drive that one back. Just off the end of the bat. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Power have already put up 2. It's 8-1 Palm Springs. With Aiden Torek on third. Diekman kicks and deals. And that one's popped up in the infield. Going after it is Rosdeba, who just misses. It pops out of the glove. Kind of awkward run over there. He had a bit of a distance. He was playing off the bag, but I think he should have made that play right there. Could have cost the Coyotes getting out of this inning without more damage. Again, Torix on third base still. Isaiah Monge at the plate. He's got a single and a walk. And Diekman's 0-2 pitch. Driven into right field, and that's going to be foul.
Giving Maggia really a second life there. It's a play that's got to be made by Rosdeba.
Rosdeba, not an error right there, but could be as costly as one right there. We've seen this power team make a lot of 2-out rallies. 0-2 pitch well outside, 1-2.
Maggia just feels like he's getting under everything right now, including that pop-up, trying to straighten out that swing, get more to the line drive ground ball approach. It certainly helps when you can learn from your mistakes after a pop out, or a pop fly that isn't caught, rather.
Monge fouls that one back above the press box. Into the parking lot. The North Carolina A&T product. Hoping to tack on another for the run, or for the power. Trying to make it 9-1 here in the fourth. Diekman kicks and deals. That's outside. Iverson not really playing third base close. Torix had a bit of a lead on every pitch. And that 2-2 pitch is cut on and missed. Diekman gets out of it right there, but the Power put up another 2. You're listening to the Power Broadcasting Network here on YouTube. Power up 8-1 going into the top of the 5th.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Welcome back. Here in Palm Springs, the Power up 8-1 in the top of the 5th. Pitching change for the Power. Carson Olsen's done for the night. 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned. 5 strikeouts, just 4 walks. A solid night. 69 pitches for him. Top of the Coyotes lineup due up. Kyle Iverson in here for the righty. That one's just inside for a ball. Tyler Mosley in for the Power right now as Iverson gets under that one, drives it up. Nelson tried to get under it, but got over the net and into the arms of a fan.
Some nice hands there. Clean, went with 2. No bobble.
I've had my fair share of foul ball attempts. Not a ton of them have gone well for me, so seeing him cool, calm, collected, confident right there.
Was that the opposite of what happened to you? You weren't cool, you weren't calm?
We don't need to talk about it as he drives that one, gets over Dalton Thomas's glove, and Kyle Iverson leads off the inning with a single.
Iverson has been really good today. Rips the ball down the third base line his last at-bat. That time, line drive right over Thomas, who gave a great effort at that ball, but that was hit pretty well off the bat.
Second hit of the day for Iverson, third for the Coyotes. As Jamel Shabbat comes up to the plate, takes strike one. Shabbat, he flew out, popped out to second, and then he got a single in the third inning as he drives that one foul well past the stands. Kyle Mosley in here. He'll be the second pitcher of the day. The plan is to get Kenny Scheckler in as he strikes out Shabbat there on the 0-2 pitch. First strikeout of the day for Mosley. And here comes Gunnar Myro. He's had a solid day so far. A walk. He got an RBI on a fielder's choice, and he's been great at short. Fouls that one off. 0-1. Mosley out of Texas. University of Pittsburgh Panther. Kicks and deals, ground ball to second, gets over Thomas's glove into right field. Over to third is going to be Iverson, into second, and trying to score. Iverson, throw is late. Iverson with the heads up base running, gets there from first, scores the second run of the game for the Coyotes. And into second goes Gunnar Myro, his second RBI of the day.
Holy smokes, what a base running play from the Coyotes. Dalton Thomas makes the error. But then it's time for Myron to put the pressure on the defense with Blythe going to pick it up. Takes off for second right away. The power throw to second base. Iverson rounds third and heads to home. And it's all set up by being aggressive on the base pass. And the power felt the pressure that the opposing teams have been feeling all season long. By when you're active on the bases, when you move around, you take those extra bases, you start throwing the ball around, and suddenly you put up another run on the board.
Just the second error of the year for the power as Rozdaba goes after the 0-1 pitch. It's an 0-2 count now.
And it looked like on that ground ball, Thomas tried to scoop it to the side, which obviously has its benefits. But also, if you don't grab it with your glove, it's going to go by you because you're not in front of it.
Rozdaba fouls that one back.
And obviously, you take that risk because if you can scoop it up like that easily with the glove on your left hand, you can make an easy throw to first base and don't have to, crouch down and get it. And obviously, he was just in a better position to just try to get his glove up there and scoop it.
Looked like he went, and he did. Strikeout for Kyle Mosley on Caden Rozdaba, his second of the day. 2 outs for the power. Runner on second, it's Gunnar Myro here in the top of the 5th inning. Power still leading 8-2. Power have 7 hits. Again, that one error. Coyotes, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. And Kyle Mosley punches a fastball past Matthew Ziroli.
Elevated heater at 90. It's tough to catch up to.
Power have A ton of talented arms. They've been lighting up the radar gun so far this season. Mosley pounds in another strike. 0-2 count.
So the fastball, you show him elevate, and then you drop a breaking ball in the lower portion of the zone. And really, you have the hitter so off balance now, you could go high fastball, you could go chase away on a breaking ball, or really anything in between.
Mosley trying to keep it at one, trying to finish off the inning, but that one gets past Nelson. Pass ball for Tyler Nelson right there. To third, Myro will go. Doesn't score, ball stayed with Nelson. So it's a runner on third, 2 outs for Matthew Zaroli. He's flown out to right field twice. He's trying to change that and put another run on the board for the Coyotes. Trying to keep it within striking distance against the Power. 1-2 pitch. Caught the corner, strike 3. Kyle Mosley keeps it just to 1 and finishes off the top of the 5th for the Power. Dalton Thomas, Richie Amavisca, Tyler Nelson due up for the Power. We'll be right back on the Power Broadcasting Network.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report.
Welcome back to the Power Broadcasting Network. It's Tuesday, so that means get wild this Wednesday at Palm Springs Stadium every Wednesday night. Enjoy the Palm Springs Power Baseball and $4 spicy watermelon margaritas presented by Luxury Pools Design and Construction. Tickets are available at the Palm Springs Stadium box office on game day. Your cold $4 margarita is waiting for you at a Power Baseball game this Wednesday. Bottom of the 5th inning, Power up 8-2. Dalton Thomas coming up to the plate. He's got a walk already. Lined out to third. And he drives that one out to left center field. Going out for it is Zaroli, and he misplays it. Can't get there. Over to second. And Dalton Thomas is trying for 3, and there's no throw.
Initially, I thought that was going to be get down, but Zaroli made up so much ground in right center field. Then it looked like it might have just nicked off his glove. I think that's going to go down as an error, as our scoreboard said.
Yeah, I think because it looked like he could have got to that ball, or at least played that for a double if he doesn't jump for it, kind of miss it. I thought it was an error, kind of advanced on that, but again, great at bat for Dalton Thomas right there. Great way for him to start against Diekman, who fires in strike 1 against Richie Amavisca.
Yeah, and Dalton Thomas, even whether you count as a hitter or not, as the infield's in, he's 1 for 9 before this game.
And that 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. Strike 2. 0-2 count. Dalton Thomas on third. Power up 8-2. Again, a run in the first, 5 in the second. 2 last inning. Power trying to add it on here. That one well up and outside. Albanese had to jump for it right there.
And having the infield in, obviously you want to cut down the runner at home, but Anything hit hard on the ground and not right at someone is going to go into the outfield for a base hit.
That one's fouled back again. Adam Diekman came in after Tyler Ray really kind of blew up in the second inning, just an inning and 2/3. And, I mean, it was tough. He was missing the zone and the power pouncing all over him. Diekman so far just 2 runs against him. So that one's fouled back again by Amaviska.
And once again, it was Ray who gave up the leadoff base hit, but then it was walk, hit by pitch, walk. And you're in a really tough situation suddenly. You got to make a team like Palm Springs string together hits. Obviously, they can do it, but it's a lot easier when you get those free passes.
Yeah, you can't expect this team to chase a ton, strike out a ton on non-competitive pitches, and we've seen some of those. Another ball from Diekman. It's 2-2. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. On deck is Tyler Nelson as Amaviska fouls that one off again. Working a deep at-bat, something we've seen a lot from the Power.
He's fighting off pitches out and around the zone. Looking for the pitch. A lot of times inner half to pull or off the outside corner to try to slap the other way.
Amaviska gets that one just off the hands right there. Can't tell if it hit the hand or if it hit the knob, but either way he was swinging, so it counts as a foul ball.
I think that might have hit like near the bottom of the bat.
Either way, it's close and uncomfortable. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Amaviska strikes out, and there's 1 out in the inning. Dalton Thomas at third, and Tyler Nelson coming up, hoping he could add to this lead.
That was sort of a interesting pitch by Diekman. I'm not sure if he meant to throw a high breaking ball, but it ended up just really tying up Amaviska, and a big first out.
Nelson goes after the first pitch, comes up with nothing, 0-1. Nelson struck out already, but he had that walk in the second inning that kind of started a power rally as he gets one up the middle. Diving catch by Myro. He's going to gun it down to first, but a fielder's choice for Tyler Nelson. Power score another run.
What an unbelievable play by Gunnar Myron. That ball was headed for up the middle. And he dives, lays out, makes the play off a tough short hop. Throws a little high, but in time. That's an unreal play. The infield's in. You give up the run, but man, Myron has been fantastic at shortstop tonight.
Myro takes away what should have been a hit for Nelson as Eli Brown fouls one back. I'm sorry, not Eli Brown. He started to limp a little bit after his single, but now it's Joe Jimenez who takes a ball. But it's a tough break for Tyler Nelson, who, after taking that walk, gets an RBI there. He gets another RBI here, but still looking for his first hit of the season. 1-1 pitch to Jimenez. Outside, ball 2. Jimenez is a late add to the roster, but a local product. Went to Palm Desert. He played at COD, a little bit familiar with the area, and gets plunked right there. Welcome to the team, Joe Jimenez. A little bit of a painful way to get on base for the first time of the year.
That pitch just rode inside and hit him. Luckily, it was on an off-speed pitch, though.
I'm sure it feels a little better knowing that he's got the heart of the power lineup coming up behind him, and he's on base hoping to score. Austin Haller up. He's got an RBI already. Again, another fielder's choice. He struck out, flew out to center. And Diekman fires it over to first. Jimenez practically standing on the bag at that point. Diekman with the first pitch to Haller. Way outside. Ball 1. Austin Haller, he's been so solid this year. Played a couple of different positions for the Power. Today at DH. Takes the first strike. It's ball 1. Or it's 1-1. Haller can play all over the infield. California native. Going to Western Kentucky. Takes the second ball. 2-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Power up 9-2.
Yeah, Michael Albany's made that not look like a strike, even though it was in the zone, by reaching up and grabbing it. And it made it look really high, but that was really in the zone.
That one's driven into right field. Jimenez rounding second base, going for third. Throw is not going to be in time. And he's going over to second now. Haller takes the bag. No one's there. Heads up base running from Austin Haller. With a single, drives Jimenez over to third base. And now it's second and third for Noah Blythe.
Yeah, and that's one where you go for the cutoff if you're Aquino. So you're on the outfield grass. Myron catches the cutoff throws between second and third. And Haller just got a good enough jump between first and second that he was going to beat either of them to the bag. It's one where you have, the pitcher cover, possibly.
Adam, we're just under 5 innings through my Power broadcasting debut, and it feels like we've been talking about Noah Blythe all day.
He's a great player. I mean, there's nothing else to say. His bat is electric, and he's really solid in the field. But you talk about a guy who can hit to all places of the field. I mean, it's Noah Blythe. He just has that approach, that confident approach that is like, I'm going to work this count to get ahead and then just get a hit.
And he's been up for the Power in just about every big spot possible. He's got two in scoring position. Jimenez at third, Haller at second. 2-0 count for Noah Blythe. He's already got 2 singles so far. He'll take that one for a strike. 2-1 count. Bit of a generous call there. Guess a bit of a great framing job by Albanese. 2-1 pitch from Diekman is driven out to the deep center field. Going after it is Zerali. He's going to camp under it, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. Power put up another run. It's 9-2 going into the top of the 6th. On Power Broadcasting Network, we'll be right back.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Palm Springs. I'm sorry, bottom of the 5th. Or top of the 6th. Power up 9-2. Christian Ramirez in there for the Coyotes, trying to get some sort of rally started. First pitch from Kyle Mosley is a ball just inside. Christian Ramirez has a walk. He struck out. And he watches that one for a strike. 1-1. Mosley came in last inning after Carson Olsen went in 4 innings, just allowed the 1 run. And it's been smooth sailing for the Power so far, as that one's a 2-1 ball. Power so far, again, a run in the first, 5 in the second, and they've just been in cruise control since then. 2-2 count here. Christian Ramirez played solid left field so far for the Coyotes. As he watches the 2-2. Little chopper to short. Mishandled, throw down to first, and he got him. Isaiah Monge able to take a bit of a weird hop there, but a strong throw gets Christian Ramirez hustling down the line.
Unbelievable defensive play by Isaiah Monge. He got caught in between a short hop and a big hop, which is really tricky, that in-between hop, but was able to keep it up in the air, gather it after the bobble, and throw to first in time.
Michael Albanese here for the Coyotes. Number 2, the catcher. He's done a solid job behind the plate so far. Watches the 0-1 pitch go inside for a ball. Albanese, he's got a walk so far. He struck out looking, though, in the 4th inning. 1-1 pitch just low for ball 2. 2-1, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Mosley's pitch is high, 3-1 count. Again, Power up 7, 9-2. 9 runs on 8 hits. They've allowed an error. Mosley pumps that one right down the middle for strike 2. Full count, 87 miles an hour on Mosley's fastball.
Got to attack on 3-2 here, you would think.
Mosley on 3-2. Drive past Thomas at second base. Goes into the gap. He's going for 2. Now he's going for 3. Sorry, holds up at 2. Albanese happy with the double. Took a hard turn around the bag, put on the brakes. Gets back, and a double for Albanese, getting it to his DH, Talon Pollock.
I mean, that was hit really hard, but it was Aiden Torek who cut it off. If that ball gets to the wall, that's a triple. But he cuts it off before it has to bounce back from the wall. And holds Albanese from getting a third for now.
Again, Torek so far, he's played a great center field for the Power. He's been all over the place. He's really rangy. He's got a strong arm, and you can't ask for much more from your infield or for your center fielder defensively. As that one's driven out, fielded by Kirkland, shoveled over to Mosley, who gets him for the out. Albanese takes third, though, but there's 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Smooth scoop by Kirkland. That is not an easy play at all. Got it off that short hop, but he made that look so easy. That is not an easy play for a first baseman.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. You're trying to get out from, he was playing a little more towards the bag, and a little bit of an off-balance throw right there as that one gets by Nelson, but he's able to keep it in front of him. Nelson, again, a solid job behind the plate there. Olsen was ready to cover it. But not for a second did Michael Albanese think of taking home right there. Ronson Aquino struck out, lined out to third, and he's here with 2 outs. 1-0 count to third. Amaviska down to Kirkland, and there's another out. Power get out of the inning, put up another 0. We're going to the bottom of the 6th here on the Power Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back. Power up 9-2.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
To keep up to date with everything Palm Springs Power, follow us on social media. Follow the Power on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Palm Springs Power, or visit our website at palmspringspowerbaseball.com. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Palm Springs. Power up 9-2. Stephen Buxton joined by Adam Oppenheim here. Mark Kirkland for the Power leading things off against Christian Diekman, who's taken over after the starter Tyler Ray just went an inning and 2/3. Diekman fires in. First pitch ball.
And talk about saving your arms if you're Christian Diekman. Ray gets into a little bit of trouble. And Nick Garantano, the head coach, can turn to Diekman.
Little nubber there off the bat of Kirkland, but he's hustling down and gets it for the infield single. Swinging bunt for Kirkland, but doesn't matter how. Just matters that he got on base.
A check swing bunt. And it was perfect.
I mean, he couldn't have lined it up any better if he was actually squaring up to bunt. Iverson's playing off the bag, had a long way to run. And now Mark Kirkland's on first, Aiden Torek here as the second batter with a runner on, no outs. Diekman fires. Fastball right by him.
Aiden Torek has that home run cut in him, doesn't he, though?
Yeah, I mean, he's already proven he could get it over. He's hit a couple balls a long way. He had a triple back in the 4th. Just off the bottom of the wall. I thought you said it was something around 385?
That's right.
0-1 pitch well outside. 1-1.
But really, once again, that has a little more wind. I mean, he hit that, like, dead center field.
Oh, he crushed it.
If that goes a little more to right center, a little bit of wind, probably goes over on some nights.
1-1 pitch from Diekman. Just catches the outside corner. 1-2 count against Aiden Torek, the center fielder for the Power. He struck out. He flew out to left. But he's got that triple with an RBI in the 4th inning. Watches ball 2 well outside.
Yeah, for Diekman, trying to start that slider on the outside corner and fade off. That time he just started way too outside, and it's easy for the hitter to lay off.
Power fans tonight so far, they're happy. They know it. They've been clapping their hands. Kirkland's running, throw down way high. Gets into center field. Kirkland's trying for third. The throw from center's going to be late. And Mark Kirkland takes 2 bags.
And the reason that throw was off is because when Aiden Torek swung, it got in the way of Albany's throwing, who turned back to our home plate umpire, Larry Pfister, and asked about possibly interference, but Torek was just swinging the bat. But that's what caused the throw to go so high and advanced Kirkland to third with 1 out. So some would say it'd be a productive out for Aiden Torek on a strikeout.
Yeah, whether it was a steal attempt or a straight-up hit and run, that's why you always want to swing if there was a hit and run, because, again, messes with Albany's timing behind the plate as Isaiah Monge sends one way up into the stands. Actually, that hit the top of the press box.
I mean, Monge's just asking for us to get one in the broadcast booth. How many balls has he hit, like, up near the broadcasting booth, just over the net, but into the stands? It's got to be like 6 or 7 just today.
By the end of the season, we're going to have some sort of graphic for when Monge's up saying we're on foul ball watch.
Really? I mean, seriously.
I mean, it's uncanny how many foul balls he sent back towards us. 1-1 pitch from Diekman to Monge. Fouled off to the net. Monge, he's got a single, a walk. He struck out in the 4th. He's trying to bring Kirkland home from third. 90 feet away from putting up 10. Something the Power have done in both games so far this year, trying to make it 3 straight. 1-2 pitch well outside. They're trying to put up 10 in their 3rd straight this season. They're trying to extend their winning streak to 22. That dates back to last season, where they went 31-1. The most productive season in Power history. Their first season in the CPCL, and that one's driven way up into left field. Looks like Kirkland's going to tag. He's going. Throw from Ramirez in left field is cut off. And a productive out from Isaiah Monge. Kirkland comes home. It's 10-2 Power.
Yeah, nice sacrifice flying. Not surprising that Monge hit in the air. See if we can get some advanced stats on that. Monge on the ground to in the air.
At this point, Dalton Thomas coming up. But at this point with Christian Diekman on the mound, he's already given up 5 runs. They've had a pitcher in the pen getting ready. You're wondering how much of a leash he's got for the rest of the night.
But also, he hasn't really pitched particularly bad. Hasn't given out a lot of free passes. I think it's just the 1 walk. I want to say he's been hit around pretty hard a couple times, but still. He's finding the zone and giving his manager some length to save some other arms tonight in a game that could be put out of reach very soon.
Diekman as of now, he's gone 5 innings. Trying to make it a 5 1/3, finish off the 6th right here. As Thomas sends that one right off the press box again. Adam, you were ready for it.
I mean, I was ready. It's just got to come towards this way. I mean, this net is like, it doesn't look like it has a chance to get here. But then they keep coming closer and closer.
Are we going to see you bringing the glove up to the press box after this 1-2 that's driven out to center field? Coming in on it is Zarali. He's going to camp under it. And it's the end of the 6th inning. Power going into the 7th, up 10-2. We'll be right back on the Power Broadcasting Network.
Micromania returns to Palm Springs Stadium on Saturday, June 8th. After Power Baseball, professional wrestlers jump into the ring and a night of fun for all ages. Micromania presented by the Dragon's Den and Summer Baseball, all for the price of admission. Purchase your tickets at the stadium box office on game night on June 8th.
And Adam, the Power have been worth the price of admission every night.
Been more than worth the price of admission. It's worth less than $1 per run, some may say. Right at that right now. I think it's $10 general admission.
If that's not a good value, I don't know what is.
Amen to that. And it will be Kyle Mosley on the mound for his third inning of work. Adam Oppenheim alongside Stephen Buxton on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Network. Palm Springs looks to improve to 3-0. And for Southern Nevada, they're in their first game of the season. And it's Kyle Iverson who takes a first pitch strike. Boy, that pitch was way outside. That was not even close to the zone. I am shocked that was called a strike, but it's 0-1.
That's a great framing job by Tyler Nelson.
I don't even know if there was a frame involved, but I get what you're saying here. You're pretending to laugh. There is the 0-1 pitch. It ties him up inside. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch.
Look out there.
Just missed the bat of Iverson. It's 1-2. Thought that might have scraped the bat for a second. Iverson, 2 for 3 with 2 base hits. And he scored both runs for the Coyotes, so the key, as they say, is having an Iverson in all types of sports. So the 1-2 pitch is inside. It's 2-2.
Got a substitution for the Coyotes. Ben Fitzgerald, number 8, is on deck.
Real good calls there, Steven. Good eye. 2-2 pitch, off-speed pitch, got him out ahead. Iverson strikes out swinging. Mosley picks up the K, and that is his 5th already.
Adam, that's a great job by Mosley. Again, he's in his 3rd inning of work. He's got 5 Ks. Everything's been working so far. He's pitched a couple of guys backwards right there, but like he did right there, he's been speeding up, slowing them down, fastball, curveball, changeup. It's all been working so far for Mosley. And right there, just a dirty breaking ball.
And here's the first pitch to Fitzgerald. It's on the ground. Dalton Thomas makes the sliding stab. And into first in time. Kirkland was able to hold on to the bag. Was sort of dancing around that white square. But had his foot on it while the ball was in his glove. Just enough for the second out. As it will be scored as a 4-3, but it was not a simple play on either end.
Mark Kirkland's been having a day at first base. I mean, he's made a few great plays, but nothing has been easy so far.
Here's a guy who's made a handful of great plays, rather, at shortstop. Gunnar Myron, who sends it into center field. Aiden Torek comes on. It's going to fall in front of him. It's a 2-out single for Gunnar Myron, who continues this great day. He's reached all 4 times, a walk, a fielder's choice, of air, and now a base hit.
Gunnar Myron, that's his 2nd hit of the day. Or I'm sorry, that's first hit of the day, but he's been on all 4 times, and it's one of just 5 hits for the Coyotes so far. Trying to string together a few that has been near impossible against this power team so far this year.
Here's Caden Razdaba, as that's also called a strike. That was not quite near the zone. But it's 0-1, and Caden Razdaba looking to get on base for the first time. Struck out his last 2 times up, and it's quickly 0-2 as that's fouled off. Inside heater jammed him up from Mosley, running in at 87.
And Razdaba, it's been an adventure at first base for both teams so far. Razdaba had that high foul ball. He had to run a bit of a distance to go after it. Came off the top of the glove, gave the Power new life with 2 outs. And here he's trying to make up for that.
The 0-2 pitch from Mosley. It's a hook. It drops low. It's 1-2. So we've turned tonight here at Palm Springs Stadium. The temperature, 86.
It's chilly.
I guess so, as that ball gets by Nelson. And heading over to second base is Myron.
Mosley's done a good job so far tonight getting ahead of batters, but again, it's right here when he gets into 2 strike counts, he's been trying to get a little too fine, trying to work the corners a little bit, trying for that strikeout. And he's been working a lot of deep at-bats, just like this entire Power roster has. Again, the Power, they've done a fantastic job on the mound, but they have not had quick at-bats.
It's 2-2 on Razdaba. Can't fault the Coyotes' effort, as that just misses low. Borderline call, but Razdaba with a great take on a fastball just below the zone. Works the count full with Myron at second base. 10-2 Power in control. Coyotes looking to answer back. Here's the full count pitch. It's a grounder. Manji will wait for it and will bounce right over his head. Try to go with the bare hand. In to score is Myron. Manji was in between trying to come in, and when he came in, it was too late because it bounced over his head and took a wild top. It's probably going to be ruled a hit, and that was a real tough play for Isaiah Manji.
Yeah, Manji at that point, he's in no man's land. He's made so many good plays, you kind of expect him to come up with everything at that point, but just the worst bounce possible. He's kind of in between trying to charge it, trying to hold back on it. If he held back on it, might have not got the throw in time, but right there he tries to charge it and goes right over his head. It's just an incredibly tough play right there.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20, but I'm sure he's thinking in his head, I just got to charge that as hard as possible to have time to make the throw. The 0-1 pitch, blew it by him on a fastball. Mosley threw it by the bat of Zaroli. It's 0-2. Kyle Mosley looking to get out of the inning, just giving up one run. The hits favor the Power 9-6. They lead 10-3 on the scoreboard. The 0-2 pitch misses low, and it's 1-2. Mosley really been relying on the fastball, but mixing in the curveball as well.
Mosley, another quick 2-strike count here. Let's see if he can finish it off.
1-2. He does not on that pitch as it misses below the zone.
Again, he's been pounding the zone early on. He's been able to get ahead of batters, but again, he just keeps working these 2-3 ball counts, and it's got to be taxing on the arm to some extent, and it's given the Coyotes chance after chance. But the Power so far, offense, defense, it's been better than most, if not better than all that they've faced, and they played basically flawless baseball so far.
Counts 2-2 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Mosley. Curveball in there, strike 3 called. That was a beautiful one. And Zaroli is sent down looking for the second straight at-bat versus Mosley. We head to the 7th inning stretch. Time to get up and stretch. Power lead 10-3. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th on the Palm Springs Power Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 7th. Ralph Carella is into pitch from Allen Hancock Community College. The lefty. And it will be Richie Amavisca, reached on a hit by pitch. Otherwise, ground out to short and struck out swinging. Carella's first pitch in. It's going to be low for a ball. Benjamin Fitzgerald will sub in Jamal Chabot in left field. At Allen Hancock, Terrell, 11 appearances, 10 and 2/3 rather, 10.97 ERA, and just over a 2.5 WHIP, which is walks, hits per inning pitched. As after the 1-1 pitch, Albanese will have a meeting with Chirella.
Yeah, Chirella coming in after Diekman. He did a solid job. I mean, he gave him length, and that's all that really matters at this point for the Coyotes, just protecting that bullpen. 5 1/3 innings. He gave up 5 runs, though, so at this point, the Coyotes, they're just trying to keep the game within reach, give themselves a shooting chance towards the end of the game to try and make some sort of comeback, make the game competitive.
And it's hard to say that Diekman did a bad job because the stats might say, you have 5 runs as swing and a miss, strike 2 on Amavisca, but he looked good. I know there's maybe no such thing as an eye test in baseball, but he was throwing strikes. He was letting his defense play. The Power were hitting some hard balls off of him, but he did everything he could to keep Palm Springs off of the scoreboard. It's a really talented offensive team, and that will not help the Coyotes' cause as the 1-2 pitch comes in and hits Amavisca, and a leadoff runner is aboard. And it brings up Tyler Nelson, who was robbed of his first hit of the season. Back in the 5th as a diving stop was made by Gunnar Myron with the infield in. He did pick up the RBI.
Yeah, Nelson, about as good of a night as he could possibly have while going 0 for 2 with a walk. But he's got 2 RBIs. He's made some great plays behind the plate. He's stolen a few strikes.
As that's a ground ball in the Myron at shortstop. On a second for 1, on a first double play. Great play by Gunnar Myron as he flipped it over to Aquino and Razdaba as they go 6-4-3. The shortstop Myron has been shining. A guy from UNLV. He's got some defensive tools, doesn't he, Steven?
I mean, Myron has just been... He's been doing it with the bat. He's been doing it with the glove. It's been a complete game for him so far. I mean, he's been an absolute vacuum over there at shortstop, and he's been on all 4 times. You can't ask for much more up the middle.
Here's Joe Jimenez for his second at-bat with the Power. Foul tipped into the middle. Albanese, strike 1. Got hit by a pitch his first time up. Subbed in for Eli Brown after Brown went 3 for 3, 2 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a single. And scored on 2 of those hits and would have probably scored on the 3rd. It was Jimenez who pinch ran for him after he was sort of hobbling towards second base after his last double. Quickly 0-2 on Jimenez.
Yeah, obviously we're hoping Eli Brown's all right, but it does give us a chance to see what Joe Jimenez can do, and he's a solid player. Again, he played at Palm Desert. He's played at COD. So local guy, knows the area, loves the staff.
1-2 pitch fouled off on a line down the first base line. Joe Jimenez. Trying to get his first knock for the Power. Here comes the pitch. It's a fly ball in the right field. Ramirez will come on. He'll dive and make the catch. Christian Ramirez got a late jump, but made up ground coming forward to make the diving catch. All-out effort. The Coyotes' defense, they've been good. They've been great tonight, in fact. But the bats got to get going as we head to the 8th. The Coyotes down 7, 10-3 on the Palm Springs Power Broadcasting Network.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Welcome back into Palm Springs Stadium, top of the 8th. Adam Oppenheim alongside Stephen Buxton. Thank you all for being with us here on the Palm Springs Power Broadcasting Network. We head to the 8th, and it's a new pitcher. Kyle Mosley goes 3 innings after Carson Olsen goes 4. And it will be Kenny Schechter from Newton, Massachusetts, about 20 minutes outside of Boston. Currently attends LSU Shreveport. Went to 3 schools before in East Carolina, College of the Desert, Rhode Island, and now where he is at LSU Shreveport.
Looks like he's going to face off against the new guy himself, Roman Bradley, coming in to pinch hit.
So Roman Bradley will pinch hit for Christian Ramirez, who made the great diving play in the 7th. And Bradley will take the first pitch high and tight, ball 1. So Roman Bradley listed as a pitcher and outfielder from UNLV. And we'll take the second one low. It's quickly 2-0 on Roman Bradley. Was his first plate appearance of the year for the Coyotes. And that's fouled off into the net. It's quickly 2-1.
Adam, Kenny Schechter, he's going to be 23 soon. He's been all over the map.
Yeah, no kidding. Like I mentioned, starting at East Carolina, College of the Desert, Rhode Island, LSU Shreveport, as a swing and a miss strike 2. There's no doubt he has some talent. That's for sure.
Throws a fastball, a couple breaking balls, but really working on a new splitter now.
Here's a 2-2 pitch. Just misses low. That might have been that split. That was actually, never mind. There's no way, because that was it coming at 89. I mean, maybe if you're at the MLB level.
Maybe if you're throwing 98.
That's also true. Schechter. The full count pitch comes home. It's a check swing, and Manji will field at shortstop across the second base bag in time for out number 1. The shortstops have been good for both teams.
Yeah,
usually they're the best fielder, and they're showing why.
Yeah, outside of that one just really difficult play from Manji on that massive hop last inning, I mean, it's been sparkling defense on both sides from the 6-hole.
Brings up the Utah Tech product, Michael Albanese, who's been behind the plate the entire day. 5 catchers listed for the Coyotes. First one misses inside of Albanese.
So basically it's the opposite problem the Power had, where coming up to opening day, they weren't sure if they were going to have a backup catcher.
Or a catcher at all. Thinking about having our own E.J. Sanchez. The D3 talent.
He was a day away from being the bullpen catcher.
He was. I forgot about that. I don't know if he ended up being the bullpen catcher.
But E.J., I mean, the guy could swing it 2 through his first 4 games, hitting over 600 at at Concordia, Texas.
Is the 2-0 pitch. Boy, that fooled Albanese. Started a swing and then just finished right through it, but barely holding on to the bat. It's 2-1 with one out, top of the 8th. 10-3 the Power lead. They lead in the hit department as well, 9-6. 2 errors for the Coyotes, 2-1 for Palm Springs. 2-1 pitch, misses high. That was a fastball at 88. Talking to Schechter earlier today, said he was probably only going to max out at 93, and right now just sitting in the high 80s. Has a fastball and a sinker as the 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed. That might have been the sinker, 19 inches of vertical break.
I mean, he said he throws it. He said it's got a lot of movement. And
the 3-2 pitch, that was nasty. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kenny Schechter, 2 up, 2 down in the 8th.
Schechter, that might have been the split right there.
Yeah, I think it was.
Had a bit of arm side movement coming in, and I mean, if that was it, it's nasty at just under 2,700 RPMs, 9 inches of drop.
That's got to be it, you would think. That thing is nasty. Jalen Pollock will chop it on the ground. Schechter will come off his mound, bobble it a little bit. Underhand toss in time to Kirkland. 1, 2, 3. How about Kenny Schechter shutting down the Coyotes in the 8th? We head to the bottom of the inning. Power still in control. They lead by 7. It's 10-3. We'll be back on the Power Broadcasting Network.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
We head to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Austin Holler first up for the Power, and he'll face Christopher Dietrich out of Valley City State University. The right-handed pitcher will be coming in after Ralph Chirella just did 1 inning of work. Holler on the day. 1 for 4, a base hit, and he also had an RBI back in the first. Here's the first pitch from Dietrich. It's hit hard on the ground. Aquino not able to make the sliding stop, and it will go into right field to base hit. Looked like Ranson Aquino had a chance to make the play. That's surely going to be ruled a hit, though, and it will, to lead off the 8th inning. So the Power not going to stop hitting anytime, and that helps when you have Noah Blythe at the plate right now.
Yeah, the Power, it's been nonstop, and again, Noah Blythe hovering right around 500 right now, and it seems like you just can hardly get this guy out right now. I mean, he's got 2 hits on the day already.
And a long fly out to center field. That was a home run. Hack fouls it off down the first base line.
I mean, Blythe, so far, it's at the point where I was legitimately shocked when I looked down at my scorebook and didn't see an RBI.
Well, has one on first right now, and Holler here's the 0-1 pitch from Dietrich. It's a high chopper. Miron, instead it'll be Iverson cutting it off on the second, not in time. A tough hopper. It looked like Miron was going to try to field it. Iverson makes the smart play to cut it off. Happened a bit too late, and the throw to second was not in time. And you got to call it a base hit, you would think. I wonder if they're wondering what to call it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I ruled it as a fielder's choice right there. I'm a little surprised they couldn't get Holler at second.
So here's Mark Kirkland, first and second, no outs. Dietrich will come home. That's ripped down the third base line, but foul. That is an absolute missile off of Mark Kirkland's bat.
Kirkland himself, he's been one of the handful of power guys who they've shown that light tower power. Kirkland's got that single out to center field. Little misplayed, but he hit it hard enough, ended up on third, ended up scoring then.
0-1 with Holler on first. Holler on second, rather. Blythe on first. The 0-1 pitch goes outside. It's 1-2. Kirkland had a base hit his last time up. Otherwise had 2 Ks and a walk his first 3 times up. Toes a 1-for-3 day with the walk. 1-2 on Mark Kirkland. Christopher Dietrich will come home. It's a good breaking ball off speed in the zone for strike 2. One and 2 on Kirkland. Dietrich will fire home off speed pitch. Got Kirkland out ahead again. That's the second time he's been ahead of an off speed pitch. And it's the 3rd strikeout in the game for Mark Kirkland.
Yeah, that's a great pitch by Dietrich right there. I mean, he sped him up with the fastball a couple times, 2 back-to-back breaking balls against Kirkland, who obviously hunting fastball right there and just early on that breaker. And he goes down with, again, the 3rd K of the day, but sets it up for Aiden Torek.
And Torek takes the first pitch inside corner, strike 1. That brings up the gal from St. Mary's. Not the pal, but the gal.
Is it gal or Gale?
It's a really good question.
I ask those.
Should have watched more basketball at night, that's for sure. With Dave Fleming. Those 10 o'clock games. Well, not here, but on the East Coast. It's 0-2 on Aiden Torek. Either way. I do know it's St. Mary's.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't been keeping up with WCC athletics lately.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Torek. It's fouled off. Spoiled a really good pitch from Dietrich. That was down below the zone, but it was an off-speed pitch. That was a good one. We'll see what Dietrich has for Torek with the power leading 10-3. Holler on second, Blythe on first base. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got Torek to chase low and out of the zone for the second out. So back-to-back Ks after allowing back-to-back singles. And it brings up Isaiah Manji. Like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, in the transfer portal as of a couple days ago from NC-A&T, looking for a new place to play and call home. Dietrich to Manji fouls the first pitch off. On a play on the fly. I think Manji's ever just hit the first pitch into play.
No. I'm willing to bet against it. And I'm willing to bet he's going to send a few more our way.
Well, we'll see if he can hear us, depending on this pitch. The 0-1 to Dietrich. It's taken on the lower inside corner, strike 2. Really good location from Christopher Dietrich, the right-hander. And That's 3 straight batters that Dietrich has gotten ahead of. 0-2. Can he finish another one off? First and second, 2 outs. Power leading by 7. It's 10-3. 0-2 pitch home. It bounces and gets past Albanese, who really never had a chance at that ball. So both runners advance. Haller to third and Blight to second. So now 2 in scoring position. First base open with 2 outs. And Manji looking to try to put this game officially out of reach with a knock to the outfield. 2 outs. Runners are going to be on the move, on contact.
Yeah, Dietrich, he allowed that single, but since then he struck out 2, and
as that bounces right off the plate, nearly over the net, and coming in to score is Haller. I think that hit the front of the plate. There's no way otherwise it would bounce like that. It sounded kind of rubbery. Popped up, hit towards the top of the net, and nearly the top. Now the question is, what happens if it goes over? Does a runner get to advance? Like, it's not like you threw it away, but you also did.
But Adam, I'm telling you, when Isaiah Manji's up, it's just coming at us.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be coming at Iverson at third base. And we'll fire on to first in time. Power tack on 1 run in the inning. On a wild pitch that scores Haller. We head to the 9th. 3 more outs for the Coyotes to try to make a rally. 11-3, though, the power lead. You're listening to Palm Springs Power Baseball on the Palm Springs Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. 3 outs remain till the Power improved to 3-0. As we have a pinch hitter in for the Southern Nevada Coyotes. It's number 3. It's Sean Hunt. Hunting for a leadoff hit as he replaces Kyle Iverson, who had quite the day with a pair of hits. And Hunt takes the first pitch strike from new pitcher Trevor Stowe, who's 1-0 on the year. Pitched in the first game against the SoCal Mavericks on Friday, went 3 innings, gave up no runs, 2 hits. As the 0-1 pitch is in for a strike, it's 0-2. With those 2 hits, walked 2, and struck out 3. That pitch is low. It's 1-2, and rather It's going to be Sean Hunt in for Ranson Aquino. Not Kyle Iverson, who's on deck currently. Ranson Aquino is out of the game as that's a ground ball. Tamanji at shortstop waits for it back and will fire on to first in time. Isaiah Manji has been busy at the 6th spot at short. And now it brings up Kyle Iverson. 2 for 4 on the day. Has the best day at the plate for the Coyotes. It's been Iverson at the plate and Myron at shortstop, who've really been the 2 stars for the Coyotes, but they haven't got a ton of help outside of them, too. First pitch in Iverson. It's a fastball fired in for a strike. Dylan Stowe went to College of the Desert and will be transferring to the Washington State Cougars. A pretty big jump there. Terrific pitcher, great command of the zone. Off-speed pitch in for a strike. It's 0-2 quickly. Still looking a little bit sharper than Friday, where he's a little bit bouncing outside the zone, had a pair of walks. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 pitches, and he sits down Iverson. He's been balling since he was young, some may say.
Yeah, Trevor Stowe out there, he came out of Wyoming, went over to COD for a year after a JUCO stint out in Wyoming, and he's a power pitcher, can get it in the low 90s, but right there, living on the breaking ball, the deception right there just gets it under the Coyotes' bats.
1 out remains for the Coyotes to work with. First pitch, fastball at 89 on the outside corner, strike 1. Power lead 11-3, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Palm Springs looks to improve to 3-0. Coyotes are nearing their first defeat of the season in their first game. The 0-1 pitch. Same spot, same result. It's 0-2. Trevor Stowe has looked sharp today.
Yeah, Stowe's just been pounding the zone, and with an 0-2 count right here, just hoping this could be the dagger.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 straight batters he strikes out on 3 pitches, and Trevor Stowe shuts down the Coyotes. And the Palm Springs Power improved to 3-0 on the season after a dominant 11-3 victory. Once again, Steven, 5 in the second. And the Coyotes were chasing from behind the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, it's about as good of a performance as you can ever expect from the Power. Again, put up 11 runs, that's going to win you a lot of ball games. Only allow 3 runs, that's going to win you a lot of ball games. The Power just pounding the zone over and over. We mentioned how they got a lot of those deep counts, but they didn't let it affect them. They didn't let the Coyotes take advantage of that. Coyotes just 6 hits tonight, and thanks to some sparkling defense from the Power, I mean, they showed up everywhere, and they were able to put up another dominating win and move on to 3-0.
It was certainly an impressive win for the Power. Obviously, the Coyotes gave it all they had, but, you know, the hitting didn't really come through in time, and the walks really in that second inning killed them. And once again, you would say the same thing with that Mavericks game. You know, you take out some of those 5-run innings, it's a closer game, but once again, you can't do that because the Power, game in and game out, keep putting up those crooked numbers.
Noah Blythe looks like he's going to be player of the game tonight. I'll have an interview with him later on, but Power, again, 11-3. They'll have the Santa Clarita victory tomorrow, hoping to take home another win, move on to 4-0. But right now, it's 22 straight for the Power. 22 straight. They're feeling 22, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Santa Clarita victory. Take on the Palm Springs Power right here at Palm Springs Stadium tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and also right here on our YouTube channel. So for my partner, Steven Buxton, I'm Adam Oppenheim. Final score, the Palm Springs Power 11, the Southern Nevada Coyotes 3. We'll see you tomorrow, and thank you for tuning in on the Palm Springs Power Broadcasting Network. Have a great night, everybody.